What's up, guys? Back with another video, and this one's not one of the best topics to talk about, but I found out yesterday that one of the best neighbors I could have ever had where I live, he passed away in a truck accident in Mexico, and I just saw him this past Monday, and it feels surreal. It feels crazy. Like I know it's weird to feel something for people who are not our family, but this guy, he was our neighbor for like 5 years. And I just want to tell you the type of guy that he was, because I don't want him to be forgotten because he was such a good guy. First off, when we met him, he was like a young guy, probably around my age when we met him. And he had I think a wife, and I don't think he had a kid yet. And at the time, it was just him and his woman living at that house across the street from us on the corner. And then they moved away. The lady moved away, and then he moved away to Mexico for like a year so he can fix up her papers. So this guy literally left the country to go be with the love of his life, or his wife, so she can get citizenship to live in the United States. And in the meantime, he rented that house, his house, to my cousin with her boyfriend at the time. And it was like perfect because they didn't have to go rent a small apartment. They had a whole house, and they rented it at market rate. So it was a really great deal, because my cousin could have been far away from us, and a lot of things could have went south if she wasn't near us. So it was like perfect situation, and we're glad that he was able to rent out the house to my cousin for that year. So then when he came back and my cousin moved away with the boyfriend, he's been fixing up that house. He had it painted, he put sod, he took care of the lawn really great. He put plants with his wife. They had 2 boys, and then last year they had a girl. They invited us to have food with them a few times. We watched some boxing fights with them in their house, and they had like parties. They would always invite us. We met a lot of their family at those events. Very hospitable. Like his wife is so respectful. Traditional Mexican woman, if you know what that is. Like literally great manners, like table manners. Like that, she would serve us. She would make sure that we were well fed, soft spoken, very nice. Like you want to be around these type of people. And it's very sad. I have not confirmed it myself with the wife, but the family of my neighbor came through yesterday and told my dad that he passed away in an accident. And I just can't believe it's real, because like I just saw him. I waved at him the other day, like, what's up? I was gonna go to the gym or whatever I was gonna do at that time, but I saw him. And you know what's weird, guys? Like, I don't know if you believe in God or like prescience or some, not, I don't even know if that's the word, but like you feel something in the future is coming. And for some reason, I felt like that house was starting to feel cold. Like there was something missing, like a soul in that house this past week. And nobody was there. Like I noticed the house didn't have any movement or activity. It was because they've been in Mexico, the whole family. But it was just weird because I never felt like that when they left. And I guess he's never gonna come back this time because he passed away in the accident. And I can't even imagine what his wife is going through right now over there. These 2 boys that I've met, we literally bought some like chocolates from them, or I don't know what we bought for their fundraiser for their school. Like it is it's so crazy. I gave them raw milk. I gave them raw milk and sold them raw milk too. So it's like I wanted to see, like, that's the type of neighbor that, man, if we are neighbors for the rest of our life, then I'm blessed, because you don't get neighbors like that where you can like actually connect a bond with. Our families have so many similarities. Like his family and him reminded me of when we moved to the United States 20 years ago, when my dad was a younger father, and it was just my sister and I, my mom and my aunt, and another family relative that took care of us. Because he has a lot of family living with him at the house too, like a brother or a cousin, like different people at the time, so they can get on their feet. And there's just so more I could say, like, oh, and he bought this truck. Like, this guy was moving up so fast in life. Like, he fixed his fence, he fixed his yard, he got a new truck, he customized his garage. Like, I know these are materialistic things, guys, but like, he was really putting in effort to make sure his life was great for his family. And this is the best part. Every time I would take a peek outside the window, like, to see what was up outside, I always saw him. When he was home early with his kids, he would always be playing with his kids outside. He wasn't like an iPad parent where they just hand like a phone or an iPad to their kids and let them brain rot. He would be playing catch with them, like a stereotypical like movie, a dad playing catch with his son. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, this super solid guy, super solid. We're blessed to, know him and his family. But now he's gone, and I prayed for him. He's been on my mind a lot of yesterday and today, and I just hope his lady, his wife, his widowed wife, and his kids, surviving kids, I hope they loved his dad, him, cherished him, and I hope his two boys especially don't forget the type of guy he was, because they're like 6, 7, or like they're in elementary school age, probably 9 at oldest. Like at that age, I kind of remember what my dad was like, but not like I know him when I was 15 or in my teenage years, and especially not now since I'm 20, because now we talk like adults more so. But I just hope that they remember their dad like a dad who loved him, because it was obvious that he cared for his boys and his daughter. I just don't know what to say, guys. Like, I think in the Bible it says love thy neighbor. Well, I guess we did love him, because like if he needed something, we would take care of him. Like, we would help him no matter what. Like, guys, one time let me tell you something about the raw milk. Yeah, my raw milk gets shipped every week to this location here in town, and if you don't pick it up in the 2-day window, well, they take the milk back and give it to the cows. And raw milk where I live is extremely expensive. I spend over $200 a month on raw milk, to give you an idea. And this guy was coming home from work late, and he picked up my raw milk at like 9 p.m. and he put it in our fridge in the garage, like, because we gave him access to do it. And we're like, yeah, take a jar or two, whatever you want, for your kids, because we appreciate that. Like if he would have taken 3, 4, 5, if he asked, all right, can I take all right, like, all right, cool, as long as the milk is going to somebody, not just going back to the cows, because the cows get enough already. Like, it's for human consumption. These jars are for humans. Shoot, if he would have taken 3, 4, I don't know, take as many as you need, my friend, and feed them to your kids, because they definitely could benefit more than me, who's an adult, like in their 20s. And he brought the raw milk. He went out of his way. Like, we didn't even pay him money. We just, take some milk. Great value. And Hispanic culture, they like to drink beer, so we always have like a Corona with my dad, or like come over, we would just talk about whatever. Then yeah, we would just like wave at each other, like when we saw each other, like at each other's garages, or like, hey, what's up, neighbor? Like, what's up? Like, but we had known him for years, guys, and those are just good people to have in your area, and to see them put in work in their house, on their family, have events at their house, like that was a lively family, like a family full of energy. Like, you knew if something was good in your neighborhood, they were a part of it. So it's gonna feel so empty on the street, like something's missing big time, if his remaining family decides to live there. And I hope they do, but I understand if they don't, because man, he put a lot of work into that house. And that house is for his wife and his kids. And I mean, I'm gonna do a lot. I'm gonna do as much as I can, as much as they allow me to do, allow me to help. Like, I'm thinking of giving the kids some raw milk every week. So, I mean, the best thing you can do for kids is help them grow to their potential, to be healthy and strong, so they can fend for themselves and take on the world in whatever they like. And I'm sure my neighbor, his name is Adrian, he would have liked to see his kids become big and strong and smart. You know, every good thing about growing up. So yeah, I'm thinking about giving the kids raw milk. Like, if they want raw milk anytime, if they want all of my 6 jars, like whatever, I'll order more. Give some. If you want to do sports and you need to grow, take some raw milk. You want some food? You hungry? All right, let me know. I'll get you some. Cause man, they're not gonna have a father, guys. And knowing how my dad is with me and everything he's given me, like in terms of advice, mentally, physically, with like a helping hand, like labor wise, or just teaching me scallus on my mind, like for my mentality. Like, now if someone like tries to get on my nerve, like I don't even feel it, to be honest. I'm so patient because my dad's like my training ground on a daily basis. Like, he will like really test my patience, like in a good way, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I had enough. But I always think about it, I'm blessed, because if I did not have my dad the last 7 years, I think I would have gained a lot more experience in other ways, but I really would have lacked some values, some core values, the way I think, the way I want to carry out my life. Like, I would have definitely missed out. So for these kids, and a lot of this has just been in my adult years. Like, a lot of this I did not learn when I was a teenager, but you know, I'm finding that a lot of these parents are being more proactive now. Even if it's an iPad generation where the kids just sit on their phones all day, I think the parents are more proactive about talking to them like adults earlier and telling them the truth, because these kids are exposed to a lot of things that we weren't exposed to as kids. And now that they're not gonna have their dad to guide them, their young father to guide them, and you know, tell them, hey, this is BS, like this is how it really is. Like, these kids are really gonna grow up like on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, social media, and they're gonna think this is what it means to be a man, or this is what it takes to do this. But their father could have just told them, like, could have just shown through example, this is what it takes. So I just hope these boys, the daughter honestly is not gonna feel the loss big time, because she's barely like 1 year old and she might not even remember this. But his 2 boys are. They're at the age where they definitely are they're gonna feel it, and they're gonna remember it. It's gonna be a traumatizing event, and I don't even want to imagine how he passed away in the truck, because it was in a vehicle accident, a truck, leaving a party at night. Knowing him, I suspect he was drunk, or he was under the influence. Like, he had a lot to drink, and his judgment clouded him, and he rolled over. Man, I just hope he's all intact. Like, if it was something so gruesome where you can't even see him in the casket, man, nobody deserves to die like that. Nobody. Even if you're an alcoholic, like, people love you, and I just hope, like, your spirit can just intervene before the rest of your body takes over the wheel. And unfortunately, it wasn't the case for him. But I'm not sure of the details, guys, but it's been told that he's passed away. So I just want to make this video so you guys could appreciate your neighbors. Like, we have some really good neighbors here. Like, my neighbor to the right gave me food yesterday, super chill. Like, the neighbors before him, like, we were chill. We never even communicated that much, but they were helpful, like, at times. But this guy's like way better in many ways. Like, super chill guy, great dude. Neighbors to the left of us, chill, peace. And but this family with my neighbor who passed away and his family, like, really solid. Like, we were tight. Like, we would keep watch of each other's houses if we were gone on a trip. So I feel for his entire family, but especially his wife and his 2 kids. The daughter, she'll be okay. But yeah, of course, sorry for the daughter. She's not gonna experience her father. But yeah, guys, cherish your neighbors, cherish everybody you love, and that's it for the video today.